Hi everyone, welcome back to Starbirds. Today we are going to check out the new solar system Ravsical and try to get all 3 achievements in Sector 4. So now let's jump over to Ravsical. Sector 4, time for a winter code. We do have 3 achievements: complete Sector 4, have a high score of 64 and have a high score of 64 without upgrading a building. That's what we are trying to do today. Alright, let's go. Apparently it's freezing cold and we need to insulate our station somehow. Let's accept the quest from our captain. He wants a station level 2. So let's jump on the first asteroid. Let's go with this one and start building our usual stuff. Let's place 1 for now and let's go over here so we can gather some sulfur, and then we should have a level 2 station. Okay, main quest completed. Let's continue. Look for strangelets. That is our main objective. In order to complete this sector we need a strangelet. Let's see how we can find this. Let's unlock another module. We don't have triangles yet. Ah, okay. So we found the strange object. So I guess we have to build this excavation hub over here. Alright, we need 6 water for the excavation hub. We do have water on our first asteroid. And let's bring some water over here. We need a landing pad. Let's place it over here, plug that in. This asteroid, we do have water. Okay, apparently we are in a frozen area, so the water is frozen and also the methane. That means we need to research a ice extractor first in order to actually get the water out of here. Okay, we got our ice extractor. Let's go back. I assume it works the same way, but on frozen resources. Let's plug that in. It costs more though, so it's 75 instead of 50. So with the water we quickly unlocked a new module which needed 16 water. And now let's send the water from here to this landing pad so we can continue with the extractor. Okay, so first stage of the excavation is done. Okay, looks like we need 6 plastic to continue, so we can build that actually over here. We are receiving water and we do have methane over here somewhere. Yes. So let's see. Let's get a couple. Well, actually 1 is enough for now. And we need oxygen. For oxygen we need water. Let's get rid of this pipe. Connect this with the pipe hub. And no, that's not what I wanted. We need a refiner first. Plug that in. And we need a chem lab. Place that over here. Plug you in and you. And that should give us carbon. And we are getting a couple of water. So that means we can plug that in and take you from here. And that should give us hydrocarbon, and we need to place a refiner over here, and that should give us plastic. And bring the plastic to the excavation hub, and then we should be fine. Alright, next phase is done. The next phase, which looks like is the last one, then we get the strangelet, needs energy. That is easily done with solar panels. We need circuit boards. We haven't discovered those yet. And ceramics. Ceramics we crafted last time. It is carbon, which we are already creating, and some triangles combined in a crucible. And the crucible needs power as well, but that should be easy. And let's see, for the circuit board, we need silicon and acid in a new component lab. I think we need to research that first. Costs 10 tech points and 5 acid. Okay, we need anyway acid, so let's do acid first. For acid we need sulfur and methane. We do have sulfur over here, and we do have methane on this little asteroid. We do have both resources over here as well. Let's discover all the remaining asteroids. This one has only water, sulfur and uranium. We do have some more asteroids over here. So sulfur and water. So it looks like we have to send some resources over anyway. So then I would say that we send sulfur. We do have methane over here. We send sulfur to this asteroid. That's probably the easiest way. Let's place a new landing pad. Bring sulfur over here. And in a chem lab we can combine sulfur and methane. Combine that with a chem lab, like so, and send it to the main station for now. Alright, component lab is done. Let's see. We need acid and silicon. I assume the component lab needs also power in order to produce stuff. Let's plug that in. Yes, it needs 3 power. And we need you over here. So let's place some solar panel. Oh, that's perfect. That should give us enough power. Okay, we do have power, we do have the circuit boards. Now we need ceramic, 10 pieces. For that we need a crucible in a small crater. We do have small craters over here, only 2. And we need triangles. We don't have triangles yet, so we need to ship them over. Let's do that over here. Alright, our ceramic production is up and running. I figured out that we do have triangles on this planet, so we don't have to send them over. And oh, I see. I'm producing goop as well. Probably because, yeah, when I sent resources over, I hooked the wrong 2 ingredients together to one launch pad. So we do have now water and silicon, but that should be good in a moment. But for now, we do have completed the task and we should get our strangelet. And with that, we completed the main quest. And this gives us our first achievement for today, complete Sector 4. It looks like we're dealing with some higher power, and I really feel bad for the little minion bird. I hope he's fine. So, we finished the first task for today, and the next one will be get 64 stars. We only have 9 at the moment, so there's plenty things to do. Let's stay here and continue. The easiest way is always to get 3 stars with the simplest resources, and then from there we have to construct more complex ingredients. So we need production lines for every single material. That should give us another 3 stars. So let's unlock all the remaining asteroids first, and then we will send 3 stars resources to the main station first. Alright, 3 stars for triangle is done. Let's do the lime next. This asteroid looks funny. It looks like the tentacle guy from Day of Tentacle. Or is it just me? Alright, let's send some lime wedges to the main station. Alright, silicon is also done. Let's go to silver. Silver is done. Let's continue with uranium. Uranium is also completed. We have 3 stars with uranium as well. Let's do water next. We do have a asteroid over here which has only water. Let's see how many pads do we have. We have many. So let's do the water production over here. Okay, so we also produce some oxygen over here, but that's probably not enough. But our water patch is fully covered with extractors, so that's pretty much everything we can get out from this asteroid. And we also unlocked a module. Let's continue with the next module. We can do this one with methane. Then we can also focus on methane for our next resource. Let's see. Let's place it. Yeah, let's place it over here. Okay, methane module is done. Let's see what we can do next. Now it gets a little bit more complicated. We can do carbon or acid. We do have both productions already built. Let's go with carbon first. The carbon production should be over here. Okay, so we can bring it over here and connect you. That is producing carbon. That looks good. Maybe I should focus on creating permanent production lines for the resources and also to get the modules at the same time, because we need the resources anyway, and there's no point to build temporary production lines, get the modules, and then tear them apart. So let's focus on acid and try to get acid to 3 stars at the same time. We are getting some sulfur from here. 4 for now. Send you over here. Now we do have sulfur and methane over here, and we combine that in a chem lab. That should be easy. We don't have any craters left to send it back to the station, so maybe we have to get rid of one of these and send some more methane from a other asteroid. Well, we can take those 2 away, plug that in here, plug that in here, and send it over. Let's get rid of you. place another one over here. Unplug you, route around, and build a second chem lab. Plug that in, and plug that in. So we should generate 2 acid, and maybe that will be enough for having 3 stars. Okay, we barely made it. So we need 27 and we are sending 28. So that means one chem lab produces about 14 acid per minute. So that is not enough for now. We also got the module. Let's see, for quartz we need silicon and water. We do have both ingredients on this asteroid. Let's go over here. Alright, I built now 3 chem labs, and that is barely enough to produce the quartz for 3 stars. And we also completed the module. Let's continue with the next module. For the circuit boards we need silicon and acid. Let's go to the overview. Where do we produce acid? We do produce 3-star acid, but acid is combined, I think, on a launch pad. Yeah, over here. We don't have enough craters on this asteroid. Let's try to produce it over here anyway. We do get sulfur from here. We only use 2, but we get 4. That means we could expand over here. Connect those together. And we get circuit boards. And let's get rid of you. Let's see. Can I type that over here? Well, it looks like it's still sending all the resources. Alright. So it looks like to get 3 stars for the circuit board, that we need 2 production line. So this one was the one we built before, and I built the second one over here, and I am sending both to the station. And I also got rid of 1 methane production because we got some traffic jam on this launch pad, but now it looks like we are good. But we did go down with the methane though. So let's try to put that back in. So I have let running this production for a while, and it looks that either acid drops or circuit board or methane. So if we plug in too many of those resources, then some don't get sent to the station. So then we need to get rid of this methane, and we need to send it from another asteroid. I think the next one might be the glass. We do have quartz production up and running, so we need to expand it as well. We have 1 more launch pad available, or actually 2. And for quartz we need water and silicon. Looks pretty crowded, but we might be able to squeeze it in anyway. So water shouldn't be a problem, but maybe the silicon. As always, let's start with 1 production line and see how far we get. Alright, we are sending enough glass to our station. We also built 2 production lines, 1 over here, 1 over here. We crush the quartz into glass, or convert the quartz into glass in those two refiners, and send it over here. We also got our module. So we could fit only one crucible on this little asteroid. So that means we are able only to build one production line, and it looks like that is not enough. So we only get 1 star. Almost 2, but just 1 at the moment. So I think I'll leave it at that for the moment and continue with light alloy maybe later. But for now, let's grab the module and see. These are the last 3 modules. So we could build this one with plastic. I do have the plastic production already set up on this asteroid over here. We need to do major cleanup over here as well. Let's see, where was the plastic? Over here. So it looks like it's still running. So the carbon production line we had was actually built for the plastic factory. So we cannot send both items to the space station. So for now I only send plastic, and we get 2 stars with 1 production line. Yes. Okay, so that's enough. We only need 1 plastic production line. But that means we don't send carbon anymore. And as we saw before, with 1 production line for carbon, we only get, I think, 2 stars. We have to go back to this one later. So, but for now, let's see where we at. We still have 2 modules to build. Let's do those 2 first. We could be cheeky and quickly finish the quests for those 2 and then solely focus on the remaining stars. So we can accept this one and just plug that in here. All right, that's done. And the final one is 10 ceramics. Let's produce plastic again. Ceramic was over here. And ceramic needs aluminum and okay, carbon. So we do need a carbon production. Okay, let's build that quickly. So the ceramic production is up and running, and we are sending it to our space station. And it looks like we are only needing 1 production line to get 3 stars. So this is our production line, and we have our 3 stars. We got still our 3 stars with plastic, and that is perfect. So let's finish this quest. And now we got all the modules. No more modules remaining. And we are at 55 stars. Let's see our mission. We are still on track with our 64 stars without upgrading buildings. So that means we need 9 more stars, which should be possible, I think. We still can build laser and ash, actually. We can do that. That's the cheeky one. Just produce some garbage resources on an island. We have enough launch pads. And it looks like we are getting 3 stars with only 4 extractors and 4 refiners. So that's enough ash for 3 stars. Perfect. We are at 58. So I accidentally also produced some scrap. Scrap is when we have the wrong components or the wrong resources in the component lab. We might do that as well. And we get also goop. Goop was in the chem lab, which is a liquid and a solid resource. We could do that as well over here. Let's try that quickly. We do have enough goop for 3 stars with only 2 production lines. Perfect. So these 2 things are kind of cheeky because they're very cheap to build and we can get easily 3 stars without building any complicated production lines. Then we need only 3 stars and we could try to do the same with scrap. Then we don't have to build laser or anything complicated. Alright, so I built 3 production lines for generating scrap. I insert 2 random materials, so it looks like it doesn't matter if it is liquid or solid, so just 2 random items that don't are part of a recipe, and that gives us scrap. And we are producing now 2, and soon we should have 3 stars, which gives us the 64th star. And there it is. We got our 2 achievements. So we finished the level with 64 stars without upgrading any building. And to be honest, this one was not as hard as the last one, because here we do have multiple asteroids with lots of space, lots of landing pads and launch pads. So it was quite easy, and there's still lots of room for improvement to get even more stars. If you liked this episode, I would really appreciate if you could hit the like and subscribe button, as well leave a comment. And thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.